live with fake news. I mean, I hate to say it, but we have no choice because that's by far the better alternative. You can't have people saying censorship because you know what? It can turn around. It can be them next. It can be them next. We believe in the right of Americans to speak their minds. We repealed the core of Obamacare, I told you, individual mandate, because we want to give critically ill patients, we have to give them access. We have to give health care to people. We want the right to try. Do you know what the right to try is? They've been trying to get this for 40 years. They couldn't get it. A person is terminally ill. They're terminally ill. They're really sick. And I know people, if they have money, they travel all over the world to try and find a cure. If they don't have money, they die. They die. We have the greatest scientists in the world. That's why China and so many other people, they're trying to steal our technology. We can't let them happen. But we have so many people that want to be able to give, it's like hope, right to try. I love the name. It's a right to try. They never had it before. So a person's terminally ill, and we have a great new drug, but it's going to take another 2-3 years to have it approved, okay? Maybe longer. But the tests are really looking good. And this person is very sick. And this person is going to be dead in 90 days. And we couldn't get that drug for that person, no matter who you were. And I said, wait a minute, what's the story with this? Now, there were a lot of complications because the insurance companies had problems, the medical companies had, everybody. A lot of people didn't want them in the stats, horrible things. But I said, well, what's going on? We're going to take the right to try, and we went through, with the help of Corey, with the help of your great, wonderful, you are a co-lover, aren't you, huh, Shelley? But with the help of Shelley, soon to be with the help of Patrick. Patrick's, oh, he's going to get a lot of things. He's going to get it. We got it approved. So now, if we have a great drug that hasn't been approved and somebody has a certain illness, they're going to be able to try. And you know what? Some of the drugs we have in the pipeline are amazing. It's going to work for a lot of people, and it's going to give them hope. It's going to give them hope. Big thing. We've just secured $6 billion to fight the opioid epidemic, and I know in West Virginia that's a big deal, right? That's a big deal. We confirmed a record number of circuit court judges. It's a record, and it's going bigger and bigger. We have a lot of them in the line if Schumer would ever get them approved. He's not exactly thrilled about approving them, that I can tell you. We confirmed the great Neil Gorsuch to the Supreme Court of the United States. And as I just said, Justice Kavanaugh is doing great. Looks like, I don't know, very tough. Central casting. How do you vote against him? But the Democrats may find a way. We've secured a record $700 billion for our military this year and $716 billion for next year. Billion with a B. Our military will be stronger and bigger and better and more sophisticated than it's ever been. Ever. And hopefully we'll never have to use it. You know, get a lot of good fighters out here. I see some of them. I know some of them. And the one thing about a fighter or a nation or whatever you want, the stronger your military, the better chance you have of never having to use it. We don't want to use it. We don't want to use it. And all of that equipment is being built right here in the USA. We make the greatest fighter jets in the world. We make the greatest ships in the world. We make the greatest missiles and rockets. Nobody does it like us. And in my direction, the Pentagon is working hard to create the sixth branch of the American Armed Forces, the Space Force. That's very exciting. We need it. That's the new frontier. And I'm not just talking about sending rockets to the moon. I'm talking about militarily. That's where it's at. Thanks to the leadership of UN Ambassador Nikki Haley, we've reduced the United Nations spending by $1.3 billion, saving U.S. taxpayers $350 million. Just came out, but nobody wants to write it. We just passed a landmark VA accountability law. That's where people that don't treat our vets properly, we look at them and we say, you're fired, get the hell out. 45 years they've been trying to pass it. 45 years they've tried to pass it. We also passed Veterans' Choice so that if our veterans can't get the care they need, they have the right to see a private doctor. They don't have to wait in line for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 8 weeks, 2 months. I withdrew the United States from the horrible Iran nuclear deal. And this month, we reimposed tough sanctions on Iran's nuclear program and on Iran. I also recognized the capital of Israel and opened the American embassy in Jerusalem. And I understand now what happened. Because every president, many presidents, they said, we're going to do it. We're going to move our embassy to Jerusalem. It's going to be the capital of Israel. And we're going to do it, we're going to do it. And then they don't do it. Politicians, they don't do it. So I said, I'm going to do it during the campaign. I said it right here in West Virginia. And I now understand why many presidents before me said they were going to do it and didn't do it. Because I was inundated with calls from foreign leaders. Every country, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, please don't do it, don't do it. And so actually what I did, I was about 5 days off. I stopped taking calls. I said, I'll call you back next week. Because I knew what they were going to ask me. It's much easier when you say, oh, gee, I didn't know you were calling for that reason. So I approved it. And it should have been done years ago. And if there's ever going to be peace, remember I said it, with the Palestinians, it was a good thing to have done because we took it off the table. Because every time there were peace talks, they never got past Jerusalem becoming the capital. So I said, let's take it off the table. And you know what? In the negotiation, Israel will have to pay a higher price because they want a very big thing. But I took it off the table. They could never get by. You understand that, Corey? You both understand that, Shelley? They could never get past the fact of Jerusalem becoming the capital. Now it's off the table. There's nothing to negotiate. But they'll get something very good because it's their term next. Let's see what happens. It's very interesting. I've always heard that's the toughest deal of all deals. That's called peace between Israel and the Palestinians. They say that's the toughest of all deals. Let's see what happens. Instead of apologize, that's what we're doing is we're winning. Instead of apologizing for America, we're standing up for America, and we're standing up for the heroes who defend our country. But to continue this incredible success, we must elect more Republicans. We must elect Patrick Morrisey. We need him. We need Patrick. So get your friends, your neighbors, your coworkers, your family members. Get the people that love our country and get out to vote. We need his vote so badly. We need his energy. You're going to see. This guy has energy. Loyal citizens like you helped build this country. Together, we're taking back our country, returning power to where it belongs, to the American people. From Morgantown to Madison to Charleston, this great state was settled by tough pioneer men and strong pioneer women who tamed the wilderness to build a better life for themselves and for their incredible American families. They didn't have a lot of money. They didn't have a lot of luxury. But they had grit, and they had faith, and they loved each other. And I'll tell you what, they were smart. They are smart. We're the smart ones. Remember, I say it all the time. You hear the elite. They're not elite. We're elite. You're smarter than they are. You have more money than they are. You have better jobs than they do. You're the elite. So let them have the word elite. You're the super elite. That's what it is. I always hate when they say, well, the elite decided not to go to something I'm doing, right? The elite. I say, well, I have a lot more money than they do. I have a much better education than they have. I'm smarter than they are. I have many much more beautiful homes than they do. I have a better apartment at the top of Fifth Avenue. Why the hell are they the elite? Tell me. Because you're the elite. Just remember that. You're the elite. They're not the elite. That's just a name. Aren't you insulted when they say the elite? To me, I'm insulted. Always insulted. They're the elite. They're not the elite. Your people and the people that preceded you in West Virginia were the carpenters and the coal miners, the ministers, the metal workers, the farmers, the factory workers. But they all had one thing in common. They loved their families, they loved their country, and they loved their God. We stand on the shoulders of generations of American patriots who knew how to fight, and they knew how to win. We're winning again. We're winning again. Just like them, we're going to keep on fighting, and we're going to keep on winning, and we're going to win for our nation, our children, our families, and we're going to win for our continued freedom. I joke that I'll have Patrick Morrisey coming to me soon. He'll be your senator. And he'll say, Mr. President, the people of West Virginia can't stand winning so much. They haven't won in decades, and now you're winning with coal, you're winning with everything. He's going to say, Patrick, he's going to say, Mr. President, please, they don't want to win so much. They can't stand it. Please, you're winning too much for West Virginia. Please stop winning. And I'm going to say, Patrick, I'm sorry. I don't care what the hell the people of West Virginia want. We're going to keep on winning anyway because I believe that's what they want, right? That's what they want. Because the people of West Virginia never give up, they never give in, and they never back down. Because we are Americans, and our hearts bleed red, white, and blue. We are one people, one family, and one glorious nation under God. And together, we will make America wealthy again. That's happening. That's happening a lot faster than the fake news ever said it could happen. We will make America strong again. We will make America safe again. And we will make America great again. Thank you, West Virginia. Thank you.